A very good morning, viewers. Thank you for tuning into Republic TV and welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we take you through the top stories from across the country and the world to set the tone for you. We'll take you through a jam-packed lineup of stories from politics to international stories, sports, entertainment, business, and a whole lot more. So stay tuned as we get started. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to address in the Lok Sabha today during a special session holding a debate on the 75th anniversary of the adoption of the Indian Constitution. PM Modi's address will serve as the concluding remarks for the debate. The discussions commenced yesterday in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh initiated a debate in the Lok Sabha, whereas Union Home Minister Amit Shah is set to lead the debate in the Upper House on December 16th. Maharashtra cabinet expansion will take place today, Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar announced after meeting with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Regarding the allocation of the ministerial positions to the BJP, CM Devendra Fadnavis said that the decisions were taken by Parliamentary Board and senior leaders. He said that the names for the Shiv Sena and NCP will be decided at parties level. Further, he said the formula for the cabinet expansion is already decided. Telugu actor Allu Arjun was arrested on Friday, sent to 14-day judicial custody by a local court in connection with a death of a woman in a stampede during the premiere of his blockbuster Pushpa 2, and granted interim bail by the Telangana High Court. The high-profile arrest also triggered a political slugfest where the BJP and BRS blamed the ruling Congress in Telangana, questioning the treatment meted out to the star, and TPCC President Mahesh Kumar Gaud hitting back, saying the law is equal for everyone and it will take its course. On Friday, Allu Arjun was arrested from his residence to the Chikkarpalli police station. He later complained to the police that had followed him into his bedroom and taken him into custody. He was produced before the Nampalli court, which remanded him to a 14-day judicial custody. He was shifted to jail under heavy security. A 35-year-old woman had died and an 8-year-old son was hospitalized on December 4th during a stampede-like situation at the Sandhya Theatre in Hyderabad, when thousands of fans jostled to have a glimpse of the actor at the premiere of the movie.
No order copy has been furnished to them. They are bound to comply. They are not complying, Andy. They should answer. I cannot answer.
In a major crackdown, Noida police arrested 76 individuals, including 9 women, for operating a lone racket that targeted foreign citizens. The suspects ran a call center in Noida Sector 63, which was active for approximately 6 weeks. The main organizers of the gang are from Gujarat. They hired 72 people from different parts of India. The police investigation revealed that the suspects distributed malware to US citizens' computers, which displaced a call center number while blocking computer functions, posing as customer care executives of prominent companies. The suspects duped their targets into paying for fake loan offers at attractive interest rates. Payments were collected through gift cards. The police seized 58 laptops, 45 telephones, 24 mobile phones and additional equipment. The arrested individuals were booked under various sections of the Bharatiya Nyay Sanhita.
एक फर्जी कॉल सेंटर का खुलासा हुआ है। ये कॉल सेंटर यूएस के सिटीजन्स के साथ ठगी किया करते हैं। इन लोगों का मेन मॉडस ऑपरेंडी ये था कि ये लोग पहले ईमेल ब्लास्टिंग के माध्यम से हजारों लोगों को एक साथ ईमेल कराते थे। उस ईमेल में एक लिंक होता था, जिस लिंक को क्लिक करने के बाद एक कंप्यूटर में एक बग आ जाता था और एक ब्लू कलर की स्क्रीन आ जाती थी और उसमें लिखा होता था कि अगर अपनी समस्या का समाधान करना है तो इन नंबरों पर डायल।
The Sialda court in West Bengal granted bail on Friday to former officer in charge of Tala police station, Abhijit Mondal, and ex-principal of RG Medical College, Sandeep Ghosh, in the RG rape and murder case. The bail was granted after the CBI failed to file the charge sheet within the 90-day period required by law. Meanwhile, the CBI filed a charge sheet on November 29th in connection with the financial irregularities at the RG Medical College and Hospital. The charge sheet named Sandeep Ghosh along with Dr. Ashish Kumar Pandey, a House staff member, and several others in connection with the financial irregularities. The CBI's investigation was initiated after the Calcutta High Court directed them to look into the financial irregularities at the hospital.
ये बहुत दुखजनक विषय है और बहुत शर्मिंदगी का विषय है कि आज सीबीआई टाइम पर चार्जशीट नहीं दे पा रहे। आज कुछ आधिकारिक सीबीआई के कुछ ऑफिसर्स का अपदार्थ का लिए आज पूरा डिपार्टमेंट बेइज्जती हो रहे। सारे बंगाल के लोग आज अभया का केस की तरफ दृष्टि देकर बैठे हुए हैं।
A group of BPSC candidates staged a protest outside the Bapu BPSC office on Friday, demanding accountability after what they claimed were irregularities during their exam. The candidates alleged that the commission released the admit cards at the wrong time, causing confusion and anxiety among the students. According to the protesters, when they arrived at the exam center, they discovered that the seals of the exam papers had been broken. The discovery was made at around 12:40 p.m. just before the exam started, which led to suspicions of malpractice. The candidates claimed that despite their attempts to bring the issue to the commission's attention, they were not taken seriously. They were told that the area was a restricted zone and were denied access to speak with officials. Many candidates expressed frustration, claiming that they had not been able to attempt the exam due to the confusion and irregularities.
4,80,000 अभ्यर्थियों में से 4.5 लाख लगभग लोगों ने डाउनलोड किया और उनकी उपस्थिति लगभग 68% है। तो ये जो 12,000 में से 12,000 उपस्थित नहीं हो सकते हैं, 12,000 का अगर आप 68% निकालें तो आप खुद सोच सकते हैं कि क्या परसेंटेज आएगा।
Amid the escalating diplomatic tensions between India and Canada, the Ministry of External Affairs on Friday strongly dismissed reports claiming that India had started granting visas to Canadian citizens. The MEA spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal labelled reports as part of a disinformation campaign by Canadian media aimed at tarnishing India's image. In the same briefing, Jaiswal expressed concern over the recent deaths of 3 Indian students in Canada. He condemned the violent crimes and extended condolences to the grieving families, stressing that the safety and security of Indian nationals, particularly students in Canada, remain a top priority for the Indian government. Jaiswal assured that the Indian High Commission in Ottawa and consultants in Toronto and Vancouver are in constant contact with local authorities, pushing for thorough investigation into the murders. We are tracking the top stories for the day. We bring you the latest updates on India's economic landscape. From fluctuations in the GDP growth to significant developments in trade relations and foreign portfolio investments. Stay tuned as we delve into the key highlights shaping the business world today. The Securities and Exchange Board of India has unveiled a draft framework to enable retail investors to participate in algorithmic trading, also known as algo trading, a domain previously dominated by institutional investors. Aimed at democratizing access while ensuring market integrity, the new regulations include stringent safeguards such as broker oversight, two-factor authentication, and the use of kill switches for malfunctioning algos. SEBI also introduced measures for tech-savvy retail investors to create and register their own algos, further expanding opportunities for retail participation in the evolving trading landscape. Dipinder Goyal-led food delivery platform Zomato Limited has been hit with a goods and services tax demand of Rs 401.7 crore, including a matching penalty, bringing the total liability to Rs 803.4 crore. The ejection order passed on November 12th was issued by the Joint Commissioner of the CGST and Central Excise Thane Commissionerate for the period between October 2019 and March 2022. The demand order has been received in respect of non-payment of GST on delivery charges with interest and penalty thereon. Expressing its disagreement, the company plans to file an appeal with the appropriate authority, asserting that it has been compliant with all tax obligations during the relevant period. India's mutual fund industry has marked expressive growth, with systematic investment plan flows rising 39% in November compared to the previous year, reaching rupees 25,320 crore. The industry's assets under management crossed rupees 68 lakh crore, reflecting a 48% year-on-year increase. The SIP contributions have outpaced the non-SIP inflows, growing 48% compared to just 12% for the non-SIP investments. Equity mutual funds, particularly the mid-cap funds, saw significant interest, with a 50% rise in equity AUM, now totaling rupees 30 lakh crore. McKinsey has agreed to pay $650 million to settle a federal investigation into its work to help opioid manufacturer Purdue Pharma boost the sales of the highly addictive drug Oxycontin, according to court papers filed in the state of Virginia. As part of the deal with the U.S. Justice Department, McKinsey will avoid prosecution on criminal charges if it pays the sum and follows certain conditions for 5 years, including ceasing any work on the sale, marketing or promotion of controlled substances. The suit follows McKinsey received more than $93 million over 15 years from Purdue Pharma for several products, including strategies to improve revenue from Oxycontin. The suit comes in a first where a consultancy firm is being held accountable for advising a client firm to boost the sales of opioids as the United States deals with an unprecedented drug crisis.
This resolution marks the first time a management consulting firm has been held criminally responsible for advice that it has given, resulting in the commission of a crime by a client. It also marks the first time that a management consulting firm is held accountable for its role in helping to fuel the opioid crisis.
Uber has introduced Uber Moto Women, a first-of-its-kind service in Bengaluru, offering women-only bike rides. The on-demand two-wheeler ride service connects female riders with female drivers and is designed to address women's safety and mobility needs while empowering the female drivers. Built on feedback from women, it offers a safe, affordable and convenient commute option for those preferring female drivers or riders. The Labour Ministry is enhancing its IT systems to improve services for India's workforce, with plans for EPF for subscribers to withdraw their provident funds directly from ATM starting next year. According to the Union Labour Secretary Sumita Dora, the ministry aims to streamline the claim process, making it faster and more convenient with minimal human intervention. Dora also discussed the progress on extending social security benefits to gig workers, adding that a final framework is being prepared. The minister also spoke about the unemployment rate, which has dropped from 6% in 2017 to 3.2% currently. Moving on to our international segment, where we're tracking the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today, we delve into the significant developments from around the world, from tensions in the Middle East to Trump's tariff threats. Stay tuned as we unravel the latest updates shaping the global landscape. Fireworks were seen in Syria's Damascus as thousands of civilians gathered in the city's main square for the first Friday prayers since former President Bashar Assad was overthrown. The Islamic State rebellion forces are now set to take charge of the country and have started political transition after seizing the capital earlier this week. Though the country is in a celebratory mode, hundreds of people marched to the morgue to look for loved ones that were killed during Assad's regime. As the grim reality set in, prisoners were often subjected to torture, beatings and assault. Civilians now hope for a peaceful transition and better lifestyles as their former president is currently seeking asylum in Russia. The firework demonstrations continued throughout the night as many celebrated the dramatic change of power, hoping for a newer start. Thousands of people took to streets in yet another protest orchestrated demanding the impeachment of President Yoon Suk Yeol. Hundreds gathered outside the parliament 10 days after President Yul declared a short-lived martial law decree. Peaceful demonstrations were also organized through the city as police stood on standby watching civilians wave light sticks and sing. The light sticks are itself a driving force for solidarity and support within the protesters as the sticks represent Korean musical industry. Despite costing over $50 each, the district of Udo transformed into a sea of lights. Resource stations were also set up, offering free warmers, coffee and ramen to protesters. These demonstrations mark the latest developments in South Korea's ongoing political turmoil. Opposition lawmakers have since submitted their second martial law declaration. French President Emmanuel Macron on Friday named centrist ally François Bayrou as the Prime Minister after a historic parliamentary vote that ousted the Michel Barnier last week over budget issues. Bayrou, 73, is a crucial partner in Macron's centrist alliance and has been a well-known figure in French politics for decades. His political experience is seen as key in efforts to restore stability as no single party holds a majority at the National Assembly. Macron's centrist alliance does not have a majority in parliament and Bayrou's cabinet will need to rely on moderate lawmakers from the left and the right to be able to stay in power. Some conservatives are also expected to be part of the new government. Macron's current strategy aims at preventing far-right leader Marine Le Pen from holding make or break power over the government. Canada's most populous province buys American-made alcohol in addition to restricting electricity exports to Michigan, New York and Minnesota. If US President-elect Donald Trump imposes sweeping tariffs on all Canadian products, Ontario Premier Doug Ford confirmed on Wednesday evening that Ontario is contemplating restricting electricity exports to the three states. He reiterated on the issue and said it would make electricity unaffordable for Americans. Ontario is also considering restricting exports of critical minerals required for electric vehicle batteries and preventing US-based companies from the government's procurement process if Trump materializes 25% tariff threat in practice.
Ontario, you attack livelihoods of people of Ontario and Canadians. We're going to use every tool in our toolbox to defend Ontarians and Canadians across the border.
Canada's Border Protection Agencies held a standing committee at the House of Commons to discuss border operations after US President-elect Donald Trump put the country on notice with his proposed tariffs. Trump has threatened to impose a 25% tax on all products entering the US from Canada and Mexico unless they stem the flow of migrants and drugs. Erin O'Gorman, president of the Canada Border Services Agency, talked about the current fentanyl crisis and the flow of drugs being a collective issue to Canada and not just the US-Canadian officials, has said that it's unfair to lump Canada in with Mexico. Public Safety Minister Dominic LeBlanc has said that the illegal migration from Canada to US is only 0.6% of the total, and fentanyl from Canada is 0.2% of the total of US seizures. To address Trump's border concerns, Canada has promised increasing spending on border security.
Canadian concerns about fentanyl and irregular migration and illegal migration. And they're concerns that are shared with the U.S., but they are not U.S. concerns. They are Canadian concerns, and they are the preoccupation of the CBSA every day.
In a surprising diplomatic move, President-elect Donald Trump has extended an invitation to Chinese President Xi Jinping to attend his inauguration next month, signaling his unorthodox approach to foreign policy.
Inauguration, who's going to be there. We've worked really hard on this most consequential of bilateral relationships. The President met with Xi Jinping a number of times, including recently, and as you know, at APEC. And we believe that as we get ready to turn over things to the Trump team, that we're turning over a U.S.-China relationship that is in better shape than the one we found it in.
Democratic Representative Josh Gottheimer is calling for increased transparency from the FBI and Department of Homeland Security regarding recent drone sightings in northern New Jersey. While Gottheimer received a classified briefing indicating no immediate threat to public safety, he believes the public deserves clarity on the origins, authorization and regulatory oversight of the drones, especially given the increase in sightings near sensitive locations like the Picatinny Arsenal and President-elect Donald Trump's golf course. New Jersey lawmakers are also concerned about the lack of transparency, fearing it could lead to misinformation or unnecessary public alarm. Hundreds gathered for a 15-minute silence in Belgrade on Friday as part of the persistent protests against Serbia's populist leadership following the collapse last month of a concrete canopy in the country's north that killed 15 people. Classes at more than 50 university faculties and a number of secondary schools throughout Serbia have been suspended for days. Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni met with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas at her office in Rome on Friday. In a note released by her office, Meloni reiterated her full support for mediators working to end hostilities in Gaza and secure the release of hostages held by Hamas. Alright viewers, it's time to dive into the world of sports with our segment dedicated to all the action-packed highlights and exciting matchups. Today we bring you the latest updates from the world of cricket and chess. Keep listening to all the buzz right here in our sports segment. Former Australia cricketer Greg Chappell believes Jasprit Bumrah is a combination of the best of the legendary pacers Dennis Lillee and Andy Roberts. He added that Bumrah is currently the one standing between Australia and grabbing the Border Gavaskar trophy. Magnus Carlsen said that he is not interested in challenging Gukesh as he is not a part of this circus anymore. Carlsen, citing a lack of motivation, made it clear he was no longer part of what he described as the circus of the world title battles. On the eve of the third test in Brisbane, Pat Cummins played down Steve Smith's low scores in the series so far and pointed to his next session, saying the number 4 batter was looking really sharp. Ajinkya Rahane continued his T20 reinvention with a brutal 98 that carried Mumbai to a 6-wicket victory over Baroda and into the final of the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. Indian women's doubles pair Trisa Jolly and Gayatri Gopichand exited the BWF World Tour Finals 2024 after losing in straight games against Japanese duo Nami Matsuema and Chiharu Shida in the Group A tie in Hangzhou. Ruben Amorim has said he has never considered heading to Etihad Stadium rather than Old Trafford as he prepares for his first Manchester derby since taking over at United. A move to City was rumoured for the former Sporting Lisbon head coach before Pep Guardiola resigned with the club for a further 2 years.
Never had, and this was my only option. When Manchester United talked to me, I have no doubts. Because I had already something in my mind.
Real Madrid manager Carlo Ancelotti addressed the media ahead of the champions of Europe's Madrid derby away to Rayo Vallecano. Real go into the game only 2 points behind Barcelona, with the game in hand, having won 4 of their previous 5 games since losing the Clásico 4-0 at the end of October. They beat Atalanta in the Champions League with Vinicius Junior's return. A timely one as Real jumped to the 20th in the table with only their 3rd European win. On the other hand, Kylian Mbappe will miss the game against 12th placed Rayo Vallecano, but his injury is said to not be serious and should return for the Intercontinental Cup. Juan Soto was introduced by the New York Mets at Citi Fields a day after his record $765 million 15-year contract was finalized. Soto chose the Mets' offer, deciding to leave the Yankees after helping them reach the World Series in his only season in the Bronx. The 26-year-old's contract value eclipsed Shohei Ohtani's $700 million 10-year deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers last December. It's lent top Fernando Tatis Jr.'s $340 million 14-year agreement with San Diego that runs through 2034. Soto has right to become a free agent again after 5 years, but the Mets can void that right by adding $40 million to the final 10 years of the deal and raising the total to $805 million.
How they're going to try to make it comfortable for me. That's one of the things that impressed me more, and how they're gonna treat everybody around me and my family and stuff like that.
Tracking the buzz, it's time to delve into the world of entertainment. Today we bring you the highlights from the Billboard Music Awards and more as we unravel all the latest updates from the entertainment industry this morning. The most awaited music awards have finally concluded. The Billboard Music Awards are a celebration of the year's biggest musical achievements, attended by musicians from all across the globe. The awards hold a significance in the music industry, and multiple performances are put up by singers, actors and internet sensations. This year's event saw Coldplay Tyla perform as Taylor Swift emerged as the night's big winner, taking home 10 awards. Swift, a celebrated musician, is adored by millions across the world. She bagged major awards including Top Artist, Top Female Artist and Top Billboard 200 album for her latest albums, The Tortured Poets Department. While Stray Kids won Top Global K Artist, Dua Lipa also won the Top Dance Song for Houdini. The artist also performed in India recently. British star Jude Law has cemented her legacy as she has secured her position on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The acclaimed actor is known for her performances in films like The Talented Mr. Ripley and Sherlock Holmes series. Achieving a star in the coveted Walk of Fame is only the strongest, most celebrated celebrities. Sabu Dastagir, an Indian actor, is also featured on the Walk of Fame, along with other celebrities like Marilyn Monroe, Michael Jackson, among others.
On your own, unlike playing an instrument or writing or painting, you can't act alone. It's a frustrating side of the job, but the need to collaborate is very much at the heart of the medium's biggest reward.
Iconic actor-director Raj Kapoor, known for his innumerable contributions to the Indian cinema, has made a return to Indian silver screen in the form of his most celebrated films. Marking his 100th birth anniversary, the Kapoor family met Prime Minister Narendra Modi in honor of the film star. Several cinemas across the globe have held a film festival to celebrate the actor's legacy, including theatres in Russia. Several stars were spotted attending the biggest screening held in Mumbai. Celebrities like Alia Bhatt, Rekha, Saif Ali Khan and many other big names attended the screening of Kapoor's films, spanning 101 cinemas across 34 cities from December 13 to 15. The festival will be one of the most extensive retrospectives ever dedicated to Raj Kapoor's cinema. Paul McCartney, former member of the popular band The Beatles, is returning to his roots in Northern England. As he begins his tour titled Got Back despite his age, the musician has been performing all across South and Central America since October. The 82-year-old star recently performed in Europe with solo-out shows in both Paris and Madrid. McCartney is back in UK after a short hiatus, as his last appearance in the country was in 2022. Viewers, and that's a wrap on today's edition of Quick Morning. But don't go anywhere as we bring you the top stories from across the country and the world. So stay tuned to Republic TV.